What up, what up, what up? Thank you for tuning in to the Swish Masters Podcast, and thank you to our sponsor, SS96. Visit ss96.net and use the promo code Swish Masters for 15% off. Yeah, that's right, you heard me right. 15% off on all store items. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you need, SS96 has it. Also, don't forget to go and check out that music from Straight Stoner, produced by yours truly. You know what it is, Gut Gang, mobbing, sleepwalking. We out here. Thank you.
What's up, good people? Season 3. We still here. We still here. What's up?
What up, what up?
What's up, man? Still here. Still rocking it. Before we start, breaking news real quick. We'll be streaming. Because you know the NBA season's about to start. We'll be streaming Monday and Wednesday. So, to everybody you know, it'll be around the same time, Monday and Wednesday. Let's get ready to talk about this NBA season. So, y'all join us in the conversation. We got a new video posted on YouTube already. In our Facebook page, go ahead and like those things. Y'all know about our website too. Just getting all this stuff out the way. Look at the bottom of your screen, you see all that stuff. So, yeah. Zay, what's up, though?
What up, Q? What up, good people? Welcome in. You heard what Q said. Swish Masters, Season 3, 2023. We back. Man, just a blessing to be here. Talk about this good basketball, man.
Yeah, ready to get into it, man. Ready to get into it. So, let's look at the topics that we'll be discussing today. Really, it's a little quick one. It's not bad, y'all. It's not bad. Ain't gonna take long. First, we'll discuss. Yep. First, we'll discuss news from around the NBA. Then we'll continue our season preview. Remember, we're doing it by division. Last time we were here, we talked about the Atlantic Division. So, if you want to watch that, look on our YouTube, all that stuff. Catch it. We talked about the Celtics. We predicted the Sixers. We talked about who else? Nets. I'm missing some teams here. Yeah, and the Raptors, and yeah. So y'all just check that out. So yeah, today we're getting to the Pacific Division though, and then finally we'll wrap it up with the final swish. So let's go and get started with news around the NBA.
Yes, sir.
First, I hate to start here, but we gotta talk about it. Y'all probably know about it already. Zay, what would
What up?
you know I would never punch you without like just I would never just out the blue punch you, man. Like I feel like if I did that, our relationship is not gonna be the same at all. Like if y'all didn't know, this been my boy since like college.
It's my brother, man.
So, tell me the truth, man. We be done, right?
I don't know if I can't say done, but I can tell you it wouldn't be the same. It would be shocking, you know what I mean? For that action to come forth out of nowhere. And Draymond, Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond Green, man. So Draymond is going to be away from the team indefinitely. And y'all want to know why? It's because he literally about knocked out Jordan Poole. I mean, straight up. We heard about it, but it wasn't until the video was released we were like, yeah, that's not good. Whoever released that video, y'all need to do an investigation and fire that person. That's what
Oh
they need to do.
man, I mean, it's very much not good that the video got leaked, but the action itself, man, the action itself is just inexcusable from Draymond Green. I'm sorry.
It is. Before we get too far into the discussion, let's go ahead and hear what Draymond had to say.
It's over a contract or him getting an extension or me getting an extension. I can assure you I don't count other people's pockets, number one, and so that's not something I would ever start doing. And the way I was raised, that is simply hating on another man's situation, and that's something that you just don't do, And so the one thing that I can assure you is that had absolutely nothing to do with anything. I think for myself, I am a very flawed human being. And, I think I personally know those flaws better than anyone. And the work that I've done to correct those flaws, I think has been tremendous. And yet there's still a very long way to go. I think that's a constant work in process. I am a constant work in process, and I'll continue to do that work. I think the day that took place, I was in a very, very, very bad space mentally, dealing with some things in my personal life that I, quite frankly, not certain that I can't sit here and say like, oh, you're dealing with some things in your personal life that didn't shorten your temper, that didn't that didn't change your reaction in moments. Like, all those things are tied together, and I think that's where you get to see the human being side of us.
So that's Draymond's piece. As you know, he didn't really get into specifics about what triggered it, but apparently he was dealing with something that was already hurtful to him that day. I don't know, but Zay, what's your reaction to Draymond?
Um, Initial reaction is at least to his response is that I appreciate him, taking time to kind of clear things up, kind of get things out of the way. Of course, a lot of people mention his contract extension because obviously that's something that he's kind of voiced or kind of showed that he wants with the contract extension. But I understand, that people do have bad days. We're all humans, and like he said, he's a flawed human being, and that's who all of us are at the end of the day. But you do the work to to work on your flaws, and that's a constant process. And for me, a big part of this this process is that when you get to a certain age, for certain things, you are going to be looked at different. If you were to look at it, you now versus you, let's say, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, like you should be pretty much evolved from that time period to me. And what Draymond did, we know who he is, right? He gets heated. He likes to debate. He likes to talk. He likes to rile people up against other teams. But you don't do certain things like actually punching your teammate in the face. You don't. That's one of those things you just don't do. I understand that, tempers flare. you talk trash to each other in practice, or just banter. But when it comes to blows and your teammates, something is wrong, and that's just inexcusable for a player like him. And like I said, we know who he is, but for him to be at his age, at his experience in the game, that's inexcusable. He's 30-something. Jordan Poole is in his early 20s. There's a big age gap, and you've been in the league long enough to know that's not cool. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you were to go and fight somebody on the Celtics or any other team, that's one thing. I'm not excusing it at all. But this is a dude that you're going to go practice with. You're probably going to be in meetings with. You're going to go work out with. Going to, at some point, be in the same circle, even if you don't hang out. That is just, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me for anything to be that much of an issue that you go and punch your own teammate. Like, and plus we live in the era of social media, video, audio. Like, there are plenty of cases where things are being recorded, and you're an NBA star. Y'all just won the championship, so there's probably some video. There's probably something going on. Like, you probably, I'm not saying that they should be just like looking for the camera. I'm just thinking, you know who you are, you know what day and age you're playing in, and you're too old for that. So, yeah, I get it, and I respect him for coming out and saying that he was dealing with other stuff, and that's why it happened. But it still shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it definitely shouldn't have happened. I don't care what you say. It's hard to get over this. It's gonna be hard. I feel like it would have been easier to handle internally if the video was never released.
Yep.
I agree with a lot of what you said. I don't really have much to add, but I do want to make note that Poole wasn't injured in the fight. I mean, I don't even know if you want to call it a fight. I mean,
that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, to react that way to a push. And Draymond is already known as like that irritable player already. He's known as that dude. So, some people reacted to it from around the league. I know you saw some of these tweets from some of these players. But Evan Fournier said there is no way he can get back to being teammates after a punch like that.
I mean, I'm kind of with them. Like, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna work it out, and I don't know if they talked or whatever. I mean, Draymond said he apologized to Jordan, but if I'm Jordan Poole, there's no way I can like respect you or look at you the same way. And yeah, it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a good minute for me to like look at you and be like, oh, I'm gonna pass you the ball, or I'm gonna help you out because you're my teammate. No. So yeah, that's one of them. Go ahead with some more, Q. I know it's plenty.
But everyone is saying there's no reason for him to do this, and you just got sucker punched, man. That's what Steven Jackson said. So, like, you can't do things like that. And you're putting a bad name on the NBA, It doesn't look good for the NBA a little bit when you do things like this, I know you said it wasn't about the contract, but at the end of the day, the Warriors are going to have to make a decision. You got Wiggins up, you got Poole up, and Draymond. he has a player option for next year, I'm sure he'll probably take it. But I'm hearing today he wants to play for the Lakers. I mean, I don't know if you heard that, but apparently he wants to go to the Lakers. I mean, so all I know is I'm not sure how long he'll be away from the team, but Draymond has to ball out this year if he wants to get that big payday from any team. So just ball out, and don't mess with Draymond Green. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna mess with you.
I mean, I think who was it? I think Kendrick Perkins was talking about this a few months ago with the Celtics back in the day, like 08, 09, like back in their KG era with KG, Paul Pierce, and all of them. I think when Ray Allen and Rondo had issues, there was a story about them going to box it out in the locker room or whatever. And Kendrick basically came out and said that, yeah, that was true. Like, they went to actually go box. You know what I mean? And they sorted the issues out. Whatever happened, happened. There's no video to that. We didn't see Ray versus Rondo. But this is how I see that playing out. Like, there's no way that they're going to be the same. And if I'm Jordan Poole, I probably want to fight him. Just being honest, I probably want to fight that man for that. Like, there's no way. You got me messed up. If you're going to punch me, then the video leaks, and now I look ridiculous. Even though, and shout out to Jordan Poole, he seemed to not be fazed by it because he, in the preseason, dropped 28 points the other night, so looked good. But, yeah, I'm looking at that relationship very much like it's going to be different. I think they'll have to do something similar to that, and, you know, but at the least they have to. It's going to be some months before it's really like the air is clear, I think. But we'll see. But there's going to be some more to that, I'm sure, even if we don't see it.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go on to the next topic from the NBA. I don't know if you heard about this or not, but apparently the Hawks have been eyeing Jake Crowder for a minute now. So they've been in trade talks with the Suns for the past couple weeks. So, first of all, do you agree that the Hawks should go after Jake Crowder?
I can't see why not. I think that with the core group they have right now with Trae Young, John Collins, DeJounte Murray, they need a tough vet type of player. Obviously, Jay Crowder would be more of a role player, right? But I can't deny that I feel like he could bring good energy to the team if they want to make a run. And he's a good 3-and-D type of player. I think it would be a good move. I think they should explore it. Just depends on what they're trying to give up is where I would be hesitant.
Yeah, but of course, they wouldn't give up Young, Murray, or Collins. I doubt they'll give up DeAndre Hunter. It's a centerpiece. Doubt they'll give up Okongwu. And they also have Holiday.
Yeah.
So I doubt they'll give up any of those assets. And they just got Holiday over the summer, in the off season. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't see what assets they can possibly give up. I mean,
I'm looking at
They,
the roster right now.
they have other young players though. Jalen
Yeah.
Johnson.
Jared Culver.
Yep.
It just depends on the asking
Jay
price for
Griffin.
the Suns, I think.
Yeah, and the answer for that is about 10 million.
Hmm.
10 million. So you have to. Jalen Johnson is getting paid 2.7. AJ Griffin is paying 3.5. I mean, Frank Kaminsky is about 2 million. I mean, it just depends on how they arrange the deal. I mean, obviously, I agree with you. They should do it. I mean, that's a 3D wings are valuable in the league today.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
very valuable, and he has playoff experience that can be beneficial to the Hawks. Just what are they gonna give up? I mean,
Yeah. It all depends on what what the Suns are asking for and what they are willing to give up. Because I know if I'm Atlanta, my big three is off the table. Obviously, I love what DeAndre Hunter's game is becoming, and I think he would be a key piece for the Hawks. He'll be a key piece for the Hawks this year for sure.
yeah,
AJ just got him. Those are like, all right, my untouchables, right?
right.
But then you look at the other guys: Jalen Johnson, Tyrese Martin, Justin Holiday, who they just got. Bogdanovich is another one of those guys. Him and Clint Capella. You want to keep them around.
Yeah, I feel like you probably want to keep them. I don't see them giving up Clint or Bogdanovich. Like,
Maybe if they want to get him, and depending on like what Phoenix is willing to take on or ask for, maybe they could package it with another team to make it happen. That way, the assets even out a little bit. But Phoenix has to. I'm sure Phoenix is going to want someone
to help win now, right? You think so?
They're going to want a valuable asset, someone who can give you toughness, who can give you that, threat on the wing, someone who's willing to guard multiple positions, what Jake Crowder was doing. And honestly, it's going to be tough. I feel like they would go for DeAndre Hunter. Like,
that's probably who you.
I'm Phoenix. I'm going for DeAndre Hunter for sure.
For sure. That's probably the ideal piece that you want.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him and Miles? Not Miles, but Bridges.
Yeah.
Mikal. Sorry.
Mikal. No, you're good.
It's a lot of Bridges in the NBA. But like, yeah, Mikal. Can you imagine that though? Those two wings on the floor with the Chris Paul, with the Devin Booker.
They could space the floor and lock down defenders. They could switch everything. That would be dangerous.
Good.
But if I'm Atlanta, I'm like, no, I'm keeping him.
Exactly. So probably just wanna. I don't know. We'll see how that unfolds. We'll see. Let's talk about the last. Let's talk about the last news for the day. This involves Joel Embiid. So, as you know, Joel Embiid has he just gained U.S. citizenship in September. He just did. Now, this causes you to think about, okay, which team is he going to play for the Olympics? He still has citizenship in France. So, but at the same time, Team USA wants to recruit him as well. So, which team would you rather see him play for? Like, Team USA or France?
Um, I mean, either team for me, I think would be cool to just see him play in the Olympics because I think he would be for that type of play. I think he would be great. But when I think about the two teams, the U.S. and the French national team, I feel like France would be more of a roster plug because you already have your boy
Yes.
Victor Wembanyama,
Yes, thank you.
and they have Rudy Gobert. So that's two
Man.
7-footers that more than likely are starting. Then you throw Joel in there.
Yeah, Evan Fournier, Nicholas Batum.
Pretty solid team. Like they are, and they've been solid over the past few years, winning
Yeah.
bronze and silver.
Yeah, they have silver right now, I think.
But I think that Joel would probably be a better fit with Team USA as they have, and depending on who plays in the Olympics, right? But the center position seems to be a little bit more of a space that's lacking. And then when you talk about one of the best centers in the game, obviously, I think he could do a lot of damage with Team USA. And we did get to see a pretty good Olympics run with KD, just to name a few names: KD, Zach LaVine, Jason Tatum, and they won the gold. So you add Joel Embiid to that mix, they're going again. Simply put, they're getting gold again. But it could be interesting to see how if he were to go to play with France, how they pair up him and Rudy and Victor. Like, do you move Victor to the 3 or the 4? Because Gobert, I'm not putting him on the wing. I'm not putting him.
Oh no, I would try to play all of them starting lineup if I could.
That would be a very big lineup.
Yo,
And
I don't care. I just want to see it. I just want to see Joel and Victor on the same floor. Like, whew.
that would be interesting, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
I think it'd be more exciting if he plays for France, just because I just want to see that. But
it would be crazy.
but either way, too, you don't know what the U.S. team is gonna look like. You may get other players on the U.S. team. You know, maybe you'll see a John Morant from Team USA, or a Trae Young, or some of these other stars.
Maybe Steph Curry.
Yep, maybe Steph will play. This is gonna be 2024, so you also got to think about the physical aspect of Joel Embiid. Is he gonna be able to uphold that? Do you really want to add more strain to his body? But I feel like playing the Olympics will just only add to what is already an amazing career so far in basketball, which is crazy because it's a sport he picked up late, but he's just so awesome. So shout out to Joel Embiid. No matter what team he picks, he has a while to think about it, but apparently Boris Diaw, he's a general manager for the French team. He's been talking with Embiid, recruiting him. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Either way, I'm excited to see if he actually plays in the Olympics, and if he plays for the U.S. or for France, it's going to make it way more interesting.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is good. All right, let's go ahead and start our season preview. Now we're on the Pacific Division, man. Let's talk about this team we've been talking about a little bit already in the Warriors. That's where we start. They're the current NBA champs. Right now, I know the starting lineup is projected to be, it depends if Draymond will return, but I'm assuming he'll still be there. But it's going to be Steph, Clay, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney. So, of course, Steph Curry is already a legend. He's He reached all-time great status. He's building the case to be a top 10 in league history based on what he's accomplished so far. Klay Thompson, he had a comeback season last year. He was kind of inconsistent, very inconsistent, but he is still skilled enough to put the defenses on alert. You have to pay attention. You can't just ignore him. Andrew Wiggins had a huge step up, especially in the postseason. So he upgraded his status in the league for sure. All-star starter last year. So go ahead and recognize him. Kevon Looney, he's a big man who has been valuable to what they do. But you got to think if James Wiseman can stay healthy and maybe win that starting spot. Whew. And they have Jordan Poole, who's basically a backup Steph Curry, basically. You got Moses Moody. You got Jonathan Kuminga. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically the overview for the Warriors, the projected starting lineup. I mean, offensively, they were great. And I think this too, I just realized this stat. They were second in defensive rating last year. Second.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's 16th offensive rating. So, I mean, I'm surprised by the defensive rating stat. And you got to think that's only going to go up with James Wiseman and with the improvement of these other young players. So, and as Klay Thompson gets back into shape and back into form. So, I mean, of course, I see them in the playoffs. Unless this thing with Draymond Green totally derails the whole thing before the season starts. I mean, they did lose in the preseason game, no less, to the Lakers. I mean, it's preseason, but you did lose the game. So, I don't know, man. But yeah, the Warriors are a team that are very effective shooting the ball, and they're going to be really scary if they add a talent like Wiseman, if he gets to that status that we all think he can be when he was drafted. So, yeah, that's my take on it. You think they'll make the playoffs? And if they do make the playoffs, how far do you think they'll go next year?
Well, looking at the current reigning champions of the NBA, the Golden State Warriors have a huge chance to capitalize again and make another finals run, I think. Honestly, they have a lot of potential right now. And you know Steph, you know Klay, you know Dre. But when you look at the rest of the roster, with these young guys, man, Moses Moody, a lot of potential. We saw him step up and when he got minutes, he played well. Jonathan Kuminga, another athletic wing who can do a little bit of everything. James Wiseman, who's going to be back. Phenomenal big man at Memphis. I think they have a lot of upside. Jordan Poole, who is another just emerging talent. And, we talked about him earlier. He's a guy that's going to be getting a lot of minutes, a lot of backup minutes to Steph Curry. And potential, I think he was a potential Sixth Man of the Year candidate. So I think that he's going to just continue to elevate his game. The Warriors, to me, right now in the Western Conference, I can say that they're top three easily. And there aren't many challengers to me right now that I can say are better than the Warriors, that have a better shot at getting back to the championship. So I think that it's only upside for the Warriors right now, and they have a chance to get back-to-back championships again. So that's my take on them. I think they're at least top three, if not number one, number two this year in the playoffs. Finals run, for sure.
Yeah. I agree. And this next team we're about to talk about could get in their way. And I'm talking about the Clippers. I don't know if y'all realize this, but Kawhi Leonard is back, and he's looking good. He's looking good so far in the preseason. So the projected starting lineup for the Clippers, of course, you got Paul George, John Wall. They acquired him in the offseason. You got Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Zubac. That's a projected starting five right now. John has also looked pretty good based on what I saw so far in the preseason. If John Wall can stay healthy, along with Kawhi Leonard, PG had a good season. He stayed healthy most of the season. Basically, they all stay healthy. They have a really, really good chance to be the top spot in the West, in my opinion. PG is still one of the best two-way players. Kawhi, I'm sure he still has that impact. You always have to trust him as a defender to this point, even if he has been hurt. I believe he's earned enough cachet to where, okay, I trust that he'll be fine. Marcus Morris is one of the best, three-point shooters in the game. He's streaky sometimes, but when he's on. So he's always a threat. Zubac has proven himself to be a pretty good center in this league. He's still relatively young, but he's a reliable big man that I'm sure they're glad to have. So other than that, they got Reggie Jackson, which balled out last year. They also have Norman Powell. They still have Luke Kennard, Terrence Mann, and Robert Covington. So all these players are a good mix of three-point shooters. All these players can shoot. The players I just named can shoot. So, and they're a threat. And they bring some type of level of defense, especially Norman Powell and Robert Covington. So, I believe they'll definitely make the playoffs. And this team can be scary dangerous if they stay healthy. Scary health. I mean, they can be scary. It just all depends on how that works. I trust Ty Lue as a coach. I trust that he'll be able to find a way to make it work. I see nothing but positives. Getting played, play in that new arena. Like, they be balling out in Clipperland. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Top seed though, for sure. I think they'll definitely be at least top 5.
Yeah. I agree with you for the most part. The Clippers have a very, very good roster right now, and obviously it all depends on health. Obviously, we know that Kawhi just spent the year out due to a torn ACL. John Wall, who's been in and out of the league for the past couple of years with a few lagging injuries. Paul George, who's had injuries. But like you said, if those three guys stay healthy, and with the roster how they are constructed right now, with Ty Lue coaching on the sideline, I see them really having a legit chance to be the other team that combats the Warriors for that championship status right now. And just to name a few other guys, we talked about Norman Powell and Robert Covington. They still have Nicholas Batum. They have Zubac. They have Amir Coffey, who made strides. Brandon Boston, who made strides. Terrence Mann, who we saw drop 40 in a couple, maybe not last season, but seasons before that. Luke Kennard. They have talent that I feel like fits well together. The guys that can, really get after it, get out on defense and make some physical stops, some good plays, and they have good shooting, a well balanced attack. I feel like with Reggie Jackson, if he's running that backup unit, um, you have Robert Covington, another 3-and-D type wing. All of these guys fit very well, so I think they have a legit shot if they can stay healthy and stay the course. I feel like from what I've seen, John Wall is looking pretty good. I saw a clip the other day about PG saying that he's clearly the number 2. And there seems to be not a lot of ego amongst the team. So knowing that, knowing your role is important in the NBA especially. And him accepting, I'm number 2. Like, Kawhi is clearly the best player. It shows me a lot that he is, like, bought into this. John Wall, I feel like, is a dude that's pretty humble. And also, shout out to him for just opening up about his mental health about these past few years. I think he's going to be a good addition on top of just a good example for these younger players to follow too. So I say Clippers are a top 3 to 4 seed in the West. And like I said, the biggest threat to me right now for championship contention to the Warriors.
I agree. And did you know they were 8th in defensive rating last year? And that's without Kawhi.
You add the claw to that.
That
could be.
That says enough. That says enough.
Yeah.
And I agree with everything you're saying. Like, even if there were attitude issues, they still have a good coach that can handle all that. Ty Lue is an experienced coach dealing with Kyrie and LeBron. Please, he can handle it. Even if there were issues, which, like you said, I don't think there will be. But that just goes to show you, like, just even more confidence that you can have in this team. So, for sure, playoffs for sure. I think do you have them going to, like, the conference finals?
I think if they stay healthy, they should be in the conference finals. I think it's them.
They should
for
be.
Sure.
They should be for sure.
Right.
They should be a threat to go. I agree. This next team, not so much. Let's talk about the Kings, who are also in the conference. Not the conference, I mean division. Since they're in the division, we have to talk about them. Some positive things about the Kings. Sabonis looked good in this trade there. He looked pretty good. So you got De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter. I forgot they got Huerter.
Yep, from Atlanta this summer.
Yeah, I forgot. So you got De'Aaron Fox in the backcourt with Huerter. This is projected starting 5. You got Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, who's looked pretty good so far. At least in summer league he has in preseason. He's been impressive. I know he wasn't really a name that we knew of to be the top 4 pick in last year's draft, but he's been doing pretty well. He's showing that he can be a special player. So we'll see. He's unselfish too, so we'll see. And you got Sabonis, of course. So this is a starting 5 that can play 5 out for sure. They can play 5 out. Some key reserves. They do have Malik Monk, who's not on the Lakers. He's on the Kings. They also have Davion Mitchell. He's expected to take a leap this year. He's a really good defensive player. We just have to wonder if he can make that leap offensively, some more, So
yeah,
he got Holmes as well. He's been on the Kings for a while now. He's mostly known for his rebounding and his athleticism. So, I mean, okay, so last year, even with the trade, they did not make the playoffs. They won 30 games last year. I mean,
There's not much else you can say about the Kings, man.
I
I mean,
we can
I
ask,
will,
let's ask this question. Do you think that
okay.
they will make the play-in tournament?
Do I think they make the play in?
The play-in tournament.
Hmm.
Oh, and remember the coach they got this year?
And they got Mike Brown as the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Remember the coach they got this year? You remember last season where they were like, "Man, you about to get fired." The same game. He was losing, but the man. All right, so
Yeah.
and I like Brown. I like Mike Brown though. So
He's a solid coach.
he is. He is.
Do I think the Kings will make the play in? As of right now, I have to say no. And it's no disrespect to the Kings because I like the Kings. I like the young talent of De'Aaron Fox. I feel like it's just a winning season away from being an all-star type player. I think the most exciting thing about the Kings this year, honestly, is that we get to see De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk pair up again because they were fun to watch in Kentucky. Very, very young, talented, athletic guards that played together in Kentucky. They were great. But my expectations are very low for the Kings. But honestly, I would love to see them make the play-in. I like Davion Mitchell, smaller guard, but he plays above the rim. He's very athletic. He has a good game. I'm looking at this roster, and one player I didn't realize was still in the league, Matthew Dellavedova. It's on the Kings. Let me see. Rashawn Holmes, I feel like is a pretty solid NBA big. He's, like you said, a rebounder, but also I saw him kind of develop if you can give him the ball, he has a little floater. I like his game. Harrison Barnes, obviously, all-star capable type of talent. Kent Bazemore. They could be a fun team, but I just don't know if this group equals winning. And it's not because I don't think they can. I don't know if Sabonis, Murray, all these new additions are enough to like get them over the hump because they're still playing in the Western Conference. And you see the Pacific Division that we're talking about has two, in my opinion, contenders for championships. So it's kind of hard to put them in that, in that conversation of playoffs, especially with how their history has been for the past few years. I'm not seeing much of a difference, but I would love to see them in the playoffs, in the play-in at least. But my expectations are very low.
Yeah, and let's be real, man. It's the Kings. They're the Kings, man. It's one of those franchises where you have to show me. You just have to show me, man. Like, they've been so terrible with their draft picks. You remember Marvin Bagley?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, he was a lottery pick. They dealt him to the Pistons. You remember Josh Jackson, another lottery pick, who's on another team now.
Yeah.
They miss on their picks. Hopefully Keegan Murray turns out to be, good and capable. I mean, we all like De'Aaron Fox. We do. It's just that franchise that has to show me different. They have a lot to do to turn it around. So, thinking about all the teams in the West. Can they make the play-in? basically we're trying to say with this question, I just want to clarify for the people out there. We're saying, is this team capable of being an 8th, 9th, or 10th seed? That's what we're trying to say here. And I'm gonna say yes. Part of my reason why is because a lot of these teams are going to tank in the West. OKC's going to tank. The Raptors are going to tank. The Spurs are going to tank. The Jazz are going to tank.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Portland should not tank with Dame, but you never know. I'm going to say yes, just by the math wise. Will they win the play-in? No. They can get in, but they won't win. Like that's what I'm gonna say. That's my prediction for them. They're not gonna go far.
That's a fair judgment. If they do, I would be happy. But
I mean, it's good for the franchise, get some more money in, I guess. But I mean, it doesn't really mean much.
I feel like they'll be a fun team. They're young, they're athletic, but they don't have it together to get a championship. Or I took that way too far. To get to the playoffs, I don't know if they have it locked in to where they can win enough games and go out there and mentally compete.
Yeah, it's a lot they need to do. They need to change the culture. Maybe Mike Brown can do that. It's a lot that needs to be done there.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into this next team. The Suns, who should be very relevant. Although they had a disappointing ending last year.
Very disappointing.
Very disappointing. So let's start with the projected starting five here. They still got Chris Paul. He's 37 now. He led the league in assists per game last year. He was number 2 in steals, too. So it's pretty good. But time and time again, it seems like Chris Paul slows down in the playoffs due to some type of injury. My main question is, can he stay healthy, first of all? You also have Devin Booker. He's also improving. Cover 2K this year. Hopefully, everything goes well. I know y'all know the 2K curse or whatever, but I mean, Luka did get hurt last year. KD got hurt. I mean, hopefully everything goes well. I'm just talking, but yeah, knock on wood just in case. So, yeah, maybe he'll be in the MVP conversation. Maybe he'll be there. We'll see. You also have Mikal Bridges, we talked about a little bit. He finished second in Defensive Player of the Year last year. So it just tells you all about his game, and he's a really, really good offensive player as well. Cameron Johnson finished third in the Sixth Man of the Year voting, and say they do deal Jay Crowder, he'll be starting for sure. Cameron Johnson. So you also have DeAndre Ayton, who finally got the big contract, but you just gotta see if he actually wants to play. He wants to stay there. So, and see if he'll be consistent while he plays. Some key reserves, I was his name out. They got Cameron Payne. He was kind of slowed down by injuries a little bit, but he had a really big campaign like 2 years ago in the first big run they had in to the finals. He played a really big role. So they also have Bismack Biyombo, and they still have Torrey Craig. So
Oh yeah.
he struggled a little bit last year though. But I
Yeah.
know I still trust him as a role player though. He's still a good piece to have. Um, some other key things. Uh, they were actually top 5 in both offensive and defensive rating, which tells you already that this is a championship type team here. They won 64 games last year, which just adds to the disappointment of what happened last year.
Yeah. Um, the Suns over the past 2 seasons have been top tier of the league, right? With the addition of Chris Paul, they just elevated. And obviously, had a finals run and just missed the mark. But that playoff defeat is very much the playoff defeat from this past season is very much sour on that team. That's the last we saw of them, and they got beat by 40, maybe 50. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty bad, and I feel like they should be hungry. They should be coming out on the attack, ready to go for it. Because I would be eager if I'm Chris Paul to come out here and show you that, yeah, I'm 37, but I'm still the point guy. You know what I mean? And Devin Booker, obviously, is somebody who's been balling for a long time and finally is now getting the recognition from him. I'm building on that, getting better every day, and taking this team further. The Suns, to me, should be a 3 to 4 seed. If everything goes well, they're healthy overall, and they still have the same team. My only big question mark with them is, like you said, DeAndre Ayton. He has his new contract. We saw him almost go to Indiana. I'm sure that if you've kept up with the league and media day and everything, you know that DeAndre Ayton has not spoken to his head coach, Monty Williams, since they got bounced terribly by the Mavericks this past playoffs. That, to me, is where I'm questionable about the Suns. Are they all together? Is DeAndre Ayton there mentally? Is he going to come out and compete? Or is he going to just chill, get his money, and because he's, disgruntled with Monty or the team or whatever, he's not going to give effort. I'm assuming that will be fixed with Chris Paul being the leader, Devin Booker also being there, and them wanting to be a top team again. I hope that that's the mentality, and if so, they really have the potential to be a top team in the West. To me, I think that they should be a top team in the West if healthy, and they're all buying into the let's go get it. Let's go get a championship. Let's do this, because they were right there, and they were very close, until that last game against Dallas. So that's what I'm hoping. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. And plus, Devin Booker, he just signed a Supermax deal. That's why I'm kind of predicting he'll probably be in the MVP race. He's going to have to ball out. Just have to trust they can stay healthy. That's the only thing. You brought up a good point about DeAndre Ayton and his coach. Last time we saw them, how is that going to play out for the rest of the year? What was the issue? We don't know what the issue was. He only played 17 minutes, only in Game 7. So, and they lost to Vel McGee. They got Damian Lee and Josh Okogie. Those are 2 free agent guards they picked up who are decent. They still got I don't know. I guess you'll just have to trust the chemistry they already have. you just have to see if it's going to be impacted by what happened before, they got bounced out the playoffs. Just have to see. But I think we both agree that they'll make the playoffs. You're hoping that they make it to the. So far, we said the Warriors and the Clippers are definitely favorites to be in the Western Conference Finals. What about them? What about the Suns?
Semifinals. I see them getting there for sure. They should get there. But I'm not sure if they can beat those top two teams already in their division, with the Clippers and Warriors being, to me, ahead of them right now. But that's right now. And that may change. But as currently constructed, with what I know about them and, without seeing them make too many moves in the DeAndre Ayton situation, I have to say that they get to the conference finals, but I don't think they go beyond conference finals right now. That's just me.
All right, so they're a favorite for you to get to the conference finals as well. All right.
Semifinals. They get to the second round.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to say. Yeah, they should definitely make it to the semifinal round. They should. It's just all about the health for me for Chris Paul.
Yeah.
That's the only thing for me. I just feel like the window closed. I hope it's not closed, but you just get the feeling like it's closed from 2 years ago. And when they got the 1 seed last year, you're hopeful, And the Clippers are not really threat. The Lakers aren't a threat last year, so it's just like, man, it's gonna be tough. Especially we got so many contenders within your division.
Yeah.
Leads us to this last one. Let's talk about the Lakers.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir. Right now, the projected starting five, despite a lot of people talking different, and despite a lot of reports that this man will be gone, Russell Westbrook is still on the Lakers. In case y'all didn't know, he's projected to start. You got Kendrick Nunn as well, who's looked pretty good so far in this preseason. He's bouncing back pretty well. Got LeBron, AD, and Damian Jones to round out the starting five, according to NBA.com. So, as you know, will Russell Westbrook adapt in this new Darvin Ham system? How will Darvin Ham manage these personalities? Will Anthony Davis stay healthy and play aggressive? Will LeBron James continue to defy Father Time? Will Kendrick Nunn step up and play well since his Miami days? There's a lot of questions and answers with these teams. How are Russ and Patrick Beverly gonna mesh on the court? How are you gonna mesh three potential starting guards on this Laker team? You got Patrick Beverly and Dennis Schroeder and Russell Westbrook and Kendrick Nunn, right? Austin Reeves was a good young player. He's coming back. He's really good 3-point shooter. He's proven that. They also signed Lonnie Walker in the offseason. They believe that Lonnie Walker will help them defensively. They also have Thomas Bryant, who tore his ACL in Washington, who's coming back. So, as you know, the Lakers did not make the playoffs last year. I just have a lot more questions and answers with this team right now. A lot more questions and answers. Should they make the playoffs? Yes. Just based off the talent alone, yes.
Yeah.
So I don't predict that they will. How far they go? at least past the first round. And a lot of my pick right here is only because of my faith in like the talent on the team alone. Like, do I really trust that the LeBron James team is now going to play the playoffs 2 years in a row? I can't really bank on that. So that's where I'm at with it. And I really like Darvin Ham. He seems like he's keeping them accountable. Yeah, man, this Lakers, there's a lot to talk about with them, man. I'm gonna stop there though. What you got?
So for me, let's take away a few of the what ifs, right? Because there's one really, really big one to me that we need to focus on more so than anything before we talk about any other player. Let's take away the Russ issues from last year. Let's take away the Russ and Pat Bev complex. Let's take away the fact that they have so many guards, right? Let's take away that LeBron is still father prime. Can Anthony Davis play more than 60 games? Can he if they get to the playoffs, can he sustain himself and play big minutes?
Yo, Zay, sorry to interrupt, man. I just realized this. He ain't playing the preseason game because of a back issue. Already. Preseason? We talking preseason? Bruh. I'm sorry, man. You gotta keep going.
That's the
they talking about it's just a precaution. No, it's not looking good.
Lord, that's my if can Anthony Davis stay healthy, and as you just said, already sitting out, and I get it, it's preseason. Let him chill, let him get his rest. It's preseason. We don't need him to go out there, play 30 minutes, get hurt. No, I honestly, and people may be mad at this, they need to put Anthony Davis on Kawhi Leonard's 2019 load management that he did with the Raptors. Honestly, if he plays less than 60 games that way, I won't be mad. You know, if he sits, let's just say, I ain't gonna say that many games, but I'm gonna say he does 15 games out, not because of his own injury or anything, just load management, I won't be mad at that. I feel like they could still win a good amount of games with him being out that many games. And if he's healthy and you're in the playoffs, run it. But already sitting out, back injury, or just tell me he's not playing. Just don't tell me he's already getting hurt. And I'm like, bro, it's not even fall yet. Like, that's my main thing with the Lakers. If Anthony Davis can stay healthy, play over 60 games, they have a chance to make the playoffs at the very least. And obviously they can make the playoffs with LeBron. And I think that honestly, the Lakers are going to be, to me, much better than they were last year. I think the Darvin Ham hire is a good hire. I think he's, like you said, keeping them accountable. I think he's bringing new energy, just a fresh energy to the Lakers. I think he's going to challenge these older guys like LeBron, like Anthony Davis, Patrick Beverley. He's going to get into them, and he's going to guide them in the right way. Even if that doesn't result in a championship or a deep playoff run, I think they should, off talent, like you said, be a playoff team. I'm looking at, obviously, LeBron is going to get his 25 to 29, 30. He obviously was great last year. Kendrick Nunn, I know he's a capable guy. He was dealing with an injury. I think he's going to be big. He's going to play some nice minutes for them. Russell Westbrook to me is going to be on a revenge tour. I think that he, just because of how he was received last year, is going to be on a revenge tour for himself to just be a monster, which I know he is. And I think that a lot of people forgot that, and he's going to remind them. I think the Lakers make the playoffs. I'm going to say they're like in that 5 to 7 seed range. And maybe they get out of the first round. I'm not going to go further than that because, like I said, it depends on Mr. Street Clothes Davis. And I'm not trying to make fun of him. I just thought that was funny that Charles Barkley called him Anthony Street Clothes Davis. I just want to see him play. Because last time him and Braun were healthy, they won a chip. So,
yeah. It's good to make this note as well. The last 2 times the Lakers were in the playoffs, they ranked top 5 in defensive rating. For example, 2 years ago, in 2020, 2021, they ranked first. In 2019, when they won the chip, they ranked third. Last year, they ranked 21st. So, Darvin Ham is coming into the team with the mindset of defense first. So clearly this is in the right direction. Will they all adapt to his scheme of defense? He's preaching, he's saying all the right things about, like, they're going to get benched, they don't do certain things. So I think he'll keep them accountable. I think we'll see a better Lakers squad this year. Yeah, they should. So yeah, where you got? How far you got them going again?
and
I know we both say playoffs. I think they should at least get to the second round.
I say they get to the first round of the playoffs, and
do they make
from
it
there,
past it first?
I'm giving them a maybe. I'm like on the fence. I think for them to really be successful, Anthony Davis needs to be locked in, healthy, and really locked in on defense more so than getting 30 points per game. I think they have a roster that's pretty well balanced as far as like where they can get points from. But I think health plus great defensive player of the year type of capability from Anthony Davis is going to be the important thing for the Lakers. Like, I want to see AD more so than anything getting 12 boards a game, 3 blocks a game. The points he'll get. I don't care about that. For them, that's what they need. And just because of how tough it is, I say right now they get to the first round of the playoffs. Maybe they get out of maybe they get to the second. I can't say for sure.
All right, so are they a top 17 in your opinion? That means they don't have to make the play-in. So, like, they're a top 7. Like, they don't have to play in the play-in tournament. They'll legit.
They should, as constructed, should be a 7 seed or above.
Got it. I think that's probably a good spot to put them, especially if they do like you were saying, the Kawhi Leonard plan with some of these older players, even LeBron, and they do load management with some of these players. They'll probably be 6, 7 seed. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely have to see. Well, that's it for the Pacific Division. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Now it's time for the final swish. As y'all know, this is where we say whatever we want, whatever's on our heart, whatever it is. That brain, I don't know what that was just now. While I check my brain, You go ahead, man. What you got for the final swish?
All right, final swish, man. As we record this right now, we're live here on Monday night. I want you to take this Monday motivation, man. Stay motivated. Keep going, even when you feel like you can't. Keep going. I say this in part two. A lot of players that are coming back this year, like Kawhi Leonard, like John Wall, Jamal Murray. These guys have been out for over a year at this point, coming back from difficult injuries. Even though life as an NBA player can be glamorous, I think, or we see it as glamorous. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of stuff that they deal with that we as just regular people can deal with. So any type of challenge, any type of adversity, any objection or things that are keeping you from your goals, push through them. I say this to myself and I say this to you. Keep going. Stay motivated on this Monday, and that's my final swish.
Man, that was so inspirational, bro.
I try.
Man, that was so inspirational, bro. Man, you gonna have all people cutting onions, man. It's tough. That's what's up, man. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. My final swish. All right. This kind of goes off what you were saying, man, about comeback seasons and players come back from injury. This player I'm gonna talk about he's gonna be coming back from. He didn't really have a physical injury per se, but he took a huge hit in his reputation. The player I'm talking about, of course, is Russell Westbrook, man. People were really, really going down on his name, man. Calling him Westbrook everywhere. His family becoming part of it. This was his hometown, man. He's playing for his hometown. Can you imagine how beautiful that is, and how much you want that to play in front of your family and friends in your hometown? And the team that he loves, that he grew up really loving, the Lakers. And to be just cast aside and just trade rumors everywhere. And Russ has been through a whole lot. And I agree with you. He's going to have a bounce back year this year. I believe that he will adjust to Darvinham's system and play well. And revenge tour, revenge season. They've disrespected this dude so bad. Zay. His rating on 2K is a 78. A 78. At least give the dude an 80. Come on, man. The disrespect in real life and virtually. It's terrible. I need Russ to bounce back. Be a very valuable player to his team. Prove that he's worth the money he's getting, and prove that he's worth even more money down the line. For this not to be his prime, I'm saying this as a fan of him from his OKC days. I just want Russ to ball out. That's my final swish. If he doesn't ball out, he may be out the league, man. He may be out the league for like the same amount of time Carmelo did, because he didn't adjust. So either way, I hope this is not the last I've seen of like prime Russell Westbrook. That's that. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Swish Masters Podcast. We'll be live again on Wednesday, so spread the word. We'll be here. Yeah, we really appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting. Like you said, we'll be live Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Check us out on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Continue to like, share, follow us on all podcast platforms, and just do what you do. We appreciate y'all, and let us know what y'all think in the comments, man. We look forward to it and just love doing this. So thank y'all.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
Oh.